This is video 10I for the Year 7 Mathematics course. In this video, we're going to be covering some example questions from word problems under the topic of equations. The 5 questions we will be going through are now displayed on the screen, so I recommend that you attempt these questions before watching the rest of this video. Question 1. When you quadruple a number and then subtract 5, the result is 19. Find the number. Alright, so the thing that we're trying to find in this question is this number. So let's first of all define the number as x. Now, we are being told that when you quadruple this number, as in when we multiply it by 4, and then subtract 5, the result is 19. So this correlates to the equation 4x take 5 is equal to 19. Let's now go about solving this. We can first of all add 5 to both sides. So we now have 4x is equal to 24, and then we can divide by 4. So in this case, x is equal to 6. We can't leave our answer like this though, so let's actually give a nice worded answer. The question says to find the number, so here we can just simply say that the number is 6. Question 2. Sarah bought 3 notebooks and a pen for $20 in total. If each notebook costs $5, how much does the pen cost? Alright, so in this question we're being asked to find how much the pen costs. So let's define this as x. So we can say that x is the cost of the pen. Now, we are being told here that Sarah bought a couple notebooks and a pen and the total is $20. So what this therefore means is that if we get the cost of the pen, which is x, and then add this to the cost of the notebooks, the total will be $20. Now we know that we've got 3 notebooks and each of them cost $5. So therefore, the cost of the notebooks will be 3 by 5, or in other words, 15. So x plus 15 is equal to 20. Let's now go about solving this equation. We can subtract 15 from both sides, which then gives us x is equal to 5. However, we can't leave our answer like this. The question asks us to find what the pen costs, so in this case we can just say that the cost of the pen is $5. Question 3. A gym charges a $10 registration fee and $5 per workout session. If John spent a total of $45 at the gym, how many workout sessions did he attend? Okay, so we're being asked to determine how many workout sessions John attended, so let's give this the variable x. Now, we are being told that the gym charges an initial registration fee of $10 and then $5 per workout, and that the total is $45. So what this therefore tells us is that if we add this initial $10 registration fee to the total amount that he spends on sessions, then the result will be 45. Now the amount that he spends on sessions is going to be given by the $5 per workout multiplied by how many workouts he has, which is x. So in other words, the total cost of the workouts is going to be 5x. And again, this is because it costs $5 per workout session, and this is how many sessions he has. So this is now the equation that we're going to go about solving. So we can first of all subtract 10 from both sides. This cancels with that. So we now have 5x is equal to 35, and now we can divide through by 5. So we get x is equal to 7, but we can't leave our answer like this, so instead we can say John attended 7 workout sessions. Question 4. Alfred was given some apples and Benny was given 15 apples. Alfred and Benny combined their apples and split evenly, and each now have 12 apples. How many apples was Alfred initially given? Alright, so we're being asked to determine how many apples Alfred was initially given, so let's just give this a variable x. Now, we are being told that Alfred was given some amount of apples, and Benny was given 15 apples. They then combine the apples, split them evenly, and each now have 12 apples. So what this therefore means is that if we get the total amount of apples between the two, or in other words, Alfred's amount was X and then Benny's amount was 15, and then if we divide this by 2, the result is 12. And again, this is because after they combined their apples and then split them evenly, each person got 12 apples. So this is now the equation that we're going to go about solving. First thing that we can do here is multiply through both sides by 2. This cancels with that. So we now have x plus 15 is equal to 24. Now we can subtract 15 from both sides. So therefore, we now have x is equal to 9. However, we can't leave our answer like this, so instead we would say that Alfred was initially given 9 apples. Question 5. Emma is twice as old as her brother. Together, their ages add up to 18 years. How old is Emma's brother? Alright, so here we're being asked to determine the age of Emma's brother. So let's give this a variable x. Now, what we're being told here is that the sum of their ages is 18 years. So in other words, if we get Emma's age, and then add it to her brother's age, which we've just defined as x, then the result is 18. However, the other piece of information we're being told as well is that Emma is twice as old as her brother. So if her brother is x years old, then Emma must be 2x years old, because that is double. So we now have 2x plus x is equal to 18. We can now combine these two terms here into 3x. So we have 3x is equal to 18. Then we can divide through everything by 3. And so therefore, we arrive at x is equal to 6. However, we don't want to leave our answer like this, so here we would say that Emma's brother is 6 years old.